Former President Jacob Zuma has reacted to last week's Constitutional Court ruling, saying he will not cooperate with the Commission of Inquiry into State Capture. The court ruled that he's compelled to appear before the Commission and will not be allowed to exercise his right to keep silent. In a statement, the former president also says he does not fear being arrested. He claims the court has been politicised. Let's chat about this now to News 24 senior legal journalist Karyn Maughan. Karyn, thanks indeed for joining us tonight. So the former president has effectively said he will defy the subpoenas issued for him to appear before the Zondo inquiry. What are his reasons, and can they protect him from prosecution?
Well, essentially, Jacob Zuma is saying that by the Constitutional Court saying that he doesn't have the right to silence, and that if he wishes to not answer a question, he must outline how that particular answer may incriminate him in a specified offence, effectively amounts to a violation of his constitutional rights. And he's basically making comparisons to the apartheid regime, referring to himself in terms of Robert Sobukwe, the PAC leader for whom the apartheid state designed the so-called Sobukwe clause, which was allowed to indefinitely, elongate, Robert Sobukwe's imprisonment, basically saying that he is effectively taking a stand and that his defiance is about him maintaining his constitutional rights, and he is prepared to go to jail if he is in fact prosecuted.
He's also made certain statements, Karyn, about the ConCourt and the DCJ, Zondo himself, suggesting that the judiciary is politicised. What are the implications of these comments, if any?
Well, Jacob Zuma makes an assertion in his statement that by giving the order that it has, the Constitutional Court has created a constitutional crisis, or may have precipitated a constitutional crisis. But essentially what he has done in saying that this judgment is politicized and effectively comparing, the highest court in the land to an apartheid state institution, he has launched a truly unprecedented and unparalleled attack on the highest court in the country. We don't know if Chief Justice Mogoeng is going to make any comment about this, or there will be a reaction from the judiciary. But it is a very sad and serious moment in a constitutional democracy, where the last time we saw a former state leader refuse to answer or honor a subpoena issued against him was the former apartheid Prime Minister P.W. Botha, who felt that he should not be compelled to appear before the TRC. So there is a kind of unfortunate aspect to this in terms of the implication of a former president's attitude towards the Constitutional Court. What it does with that remains to be seen, but this matter really is now in the hands of the NPA. They will need to make a determination as to whether there is a case of contempt towards Jacob Zuma, and no doubt he will be given an opportunity in a criminal trial, should that happen, to put these viewpoints on record and to face cross-examination about them.
But I guess, Karyn, what does the inquiry do now?
Well, effectively, all the inquiry can do is lay charges with the Hawks, with the police, as they've done in the previous instance where Jacob Zuma walked out on the 19th of November. The NPA, the Johannesburg office, will then need to make a determination as to whether it is a prima facie case for Jacob Zuma to answer, and he will then be charged and put on trial. Should he be convicted of contempt, he faces a potential 6 months imprisonment, a fine, or both, or one of those options. But essentially, it will then be up to a court of law to make a determination. And as I said before, Jacob Zuma then will need to defend his stance and what appears to be a direct admission of defiance contained in that statement.
News 24 senior legal journalist Karyn Maughan.